Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Whelan. I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd, and I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly, local, actual play stream. We are currently playing Delta Green from Arkham Publishing, and we are in the middle of a storyline entitled A Resection of Time. If you have not yet gotten a chance to watch the previous episodes, now is the best time to do it, so you know what's going on, who everybody is, and where we are going. I can recap what immediately happened in our last episode, where the agents had gone to a green box, which is essentially a safe house / dumping point for their strange evidence and whatnot. And they had explored some of the clues that they had discovered from Kyle Woodson's house. And they had also taken a look at the electrician that had died, that they had brought with, and discovered that she had a ID that matched the name Felice Woodson, and had engaged in some, shall we say, meatball surgery to discover a strange electronic device bonded to the spine of the electrician. In the process, Agent Time Bomb had picked up one of the pieces of evidence that they had, which was a strange statue, and had experienced some sort of vision of being in the jungle, hounded by people. And argued once she came out of the vision to try to attempt to have another one to maybe gain some more clues for the investigation. And in the ensuing argument between her and the rest of the cell, Dr. Mandel revealed that the fates of the previous members of T-Cell were not great, Bob. So, Tawny, do you want to, do you want a monologue here about what happened, or do we want to jump ahead to the aftermath so that, we can play that out a little more?
I would honestly think we're all intimately familiar with what happened to the other members of T-Cell, aside from Tidings, of course. Hopefully people watched the first 2 seasons. And if not, I guess I don't want to spoiler things. So I would say let's skip ahead.
Okay. So
you're honest with us all the way through?
Oh, no.
That's my question. Are you honest with us about how honest are you is my question.
Well,
I'm not trying to get ahead of your being a goat monster. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
what?
Exactly.
A yogurt monster. You really love yogurt, Dr. Mandel.
Oh yeah, it's good for my
digestion,
Activia.
Your
Jamie
multiple
Lee Curtis
stomachs
told me that I should.
Oh man, I almost got Jordan to pop. Damn it!
Oh, that actually hurt a little bit. That almost came out. Okay.
Don't spit on the microphone.
Exactly. I kept it in. I would have aimed for the expensive computer.
I would say between glancing back and forth to Tower, I'm probably cutting out bits and pieces that are maybe too painful or too I don't know. Y'all don't need to have to make a sanity roll right now.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay. So here's how I want to do this. Teaspoon, I want you to roll your persuade.
Y'all want to know what my persuade is?
Is it the base 10?
69.
After your
69.
Nice. Whereas everyone else who is listening to this, I want you to roll your Hume int, I believe.
I need y'all to know that I rolled a 55.
Ooh, that's a critical success.
Yes, it is. I'm sending
I
you a picture.
rolled a 12 under my 30.
Okay.
So a 0 and a 0 is a 0, right?
No, that's 100.
Yeah, that's 100. That's a crit fail.
Andrado. I rolled a 51 under my 54. So
Okay.
I rolled an 18 over my 10.
Okay. So what this means,
I believe everything that she says.
no, you're not blind to it, but you don't get the feeling either. You as long as I feel like Mandel is not lying to anybody or telling falsehoods, but she is dropping things out. So she probably talks about
Curtaining.
right. So she does omit stuff that she probably occult things and all of that. And you don't get basically if you would have succeeded, you would have been suspicious and thought, well, she's leaving something out here, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Whereas here you kind of feel like, okay, she's leveling with us and is telling us as much as she's able to. It honestly, I want to see Tony's reaction to this. She sounds a lot like Miss Green.
Oh no.
That's
No,
Awful.
no, I don't want to
That's
be that way.
awful.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yes.
But I'm protecting you.
Yeah, just like Miss Green does.
Or are you protecting yourself?
Just
Yeah.
like Miss
What
Green
do I have to
does.
I'm gonna say Teaspoon thinks you have Typo thinks she has everybody's best interests in mind, but just remember, Typo remembers your supernatural speediness.
My
So
what?
that just never came up. So that's very interesting that you never talked about that at all. That's all I'm gonna
People
say.
misremember odd things after around the near-death experience.
Well, before we
My
get
mind's
into
like a
this,
steel trap.
Typo, are you actually bringing that up?
Not in front of other people.
Okay.
Can we, if we get alone at any point, I'm going to though.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Tower, you succeeded. You succeeded your role, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Like like that the comparison of Teaspoon speech to a Miss Green, like that really hits you. Like you're like, oh, she sounds a lot like Miss Green now. Okay.
Yeah, and I think he also, given that he has a personal connection to one of the previous T cell members, I think he knows that she, at least regarding him, that she left some stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you've all been brought up to speed. How does that affect what you're doing now? Like, are you still planning on? Are you basically at this point now? You should be figuring out whether you want to the items that you brought to the green box to stay here, to be analyzed, or to be destroyed. And it doesn't have to be all of them, one or the other. You can say, I want this to stay, that to go, that to go. In particular, like the main items are the statue and Felice's body.
I think both of those should be destroyed.
I agree wholeheartedly with Tower.
I think the statue should be analyzed. It's also probably a cultural relic, and we have no business destroying it.
I feel like being part of T cell, that's not our call. Our
And
call
I
is
would-
to.
Can
Point
I
out
do like
That
a,
it disappears blood.
is there
Making
like
it
a
therefore dangerous.
check to try to gauge Time Bomb's like motivations? Because I don't know if the thing
That's
that
a
drives
fair
people
point.
crazy and the heavy push to keep it and calling it a cultural artifact when
Can I
these
human
things
enter?
For once, I'm not being sneaky.
I know that almost worries me more, Sarah.
Yep. That's a really good point.
So Teaspoon, like, you get the feet, like there is almost there's a naiveness there of like,
Okay.
well, we should be able to use this thing for good, right? That's what you get from your human.
That's
is
not how
that
that
she's
works.
like,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Well, you know that's
Yeah.
different, but you don't
Yeah.
like and this may be something that you want to reveal here is, one of those agents who died last, the agents who died, they thought that too, and the artifact that they have ruined them and caused them to die. I don't know if that's what you want to reveal here, but
I think so. I think as soon as she says the thing about the cultural artifact and trying to preserve that, I think I kind of like eye contact level with her and just, Time Bomb, what you don't understand is these items that we're coming into contact with, they are dangerous. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter where, it does not matter when. They end people's lives and their sanity. It is not worth it. It is not worth it.
But we could. It could be
Look me in the face.
It could be destroying what we have left of a whole civilization.
It is not worth your sanity or your life.
It is not worth my sanity or my life.
Thank you.
Main part of Delta Green is knowing when it is worth it. We are here to basically be the sacrificial lambs for the world. We're going to get over our heads
too.
to this group.
What?
We're going to get in over our heads. We're going to experience things that the normal person shouldn't be. And our job is to decide whether or not that current sacrifice is worth the protection of the world from these things.
Typo, please tell me you're a new guy too.
Tugboat. Wait. Tugboat. Was your last code name Agent Push Scooter? P-Cell?
Trying to think of a good P name, but none came to mind.
Can I just double check? Did Tower and I already know that he came from another cell, or is this new information?
Oh, this is new information.
Okay, just making sure I'm not overreacting in a weird way.
No, you're overreacting in a completely understandable way.
Okay.
I don't think Tower questions it.
Pea shooter? Yeah?
P-Pod?
Agent Pop-Tart.
Agent Parsnip.
Agent Pokemon.
Okay,
I'm looking
okay.
at things around the house right now.
Nope,
I'm trying to think of something water related.
Parsnip.
Pelican.
We're going with parsnip. That is it. Executive decision.
Can you run that back just for a second, Tugboat?
The story of T cell is very similar to the story of P cell.
Huh.
Except instead of 2 left, there was 1 left. So they thought it was best I transfer into a different cell.
I wonder
Typo?
you knew about the green
Right.
boxes.
This is your first cell, right? Typo?
Yes. I have not been a part of a government conspiracy before. It is new to me.
Okay, me too. Thanks.
I
That I
find
can
it hard to
talk
believe
about.
that you've never been a part of a government conspiracy, but
I just clarified that I can talk about, but it's like there's like government conspiracy aliens and there's government conspiracy crimes against humanity. And I mean, you can't talk
And then
about
there's
either.
Ted Cruz.
That's just serial
we can all
murdering.
agree on that.
Oh, guys, we're gonna get some comments.
Oh
The
no.
Zodiac killer, Rob. He's
Straight
the
up.
Zodiac killer.
I feel
Everybody
like-
knows.
I feel like Typo is maybe leading on the not a government conspiracy, okay? Like
Yeah, there's two categories, Rob. Okay, there's the
There's the real
aliens,
conspiracies and
and
the
then
fake
there's-
conspiracies.
and then there's the stuff that gets released in CIA documents like 40
Mhm.
years from now. So there's like 2 labels here.
And then there's Ted Cruz.
Hmm.
So 3,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Zodiac killer.
Sorry, totally
That's okay.
off the rails.
you seem to be playing it about the same level of as Teaspoon here too, of sort of be like, yep, I'm tipping my
I
hand.
think Teaspoon's fine with that. I don't think Teaspoon's pushing the matter if no one else is. You keep your secrets. I get it.
Okay, Frodo.
The less
Great,
I
now-
say, the more I can make up later during situations.
Yes.
the
Perfect
less I
role of
say
improv.
now, the next time you can go, this is just like Budapest, and
Yep.
you know.
The less
Yeah.
I say now, the more I can plan this shit out later.
But yeah,
I'm sure-
if no one else is pushing it, Teaspoon isn't.
I think that Tower is used to being kept in the dark and doesn't really shit.
Me and you, Time Bomb. Except about the statue thing. I think that was a little bit far, but
Okay, well, fine. Yeah.
I love how like in my head I was like, oh, this is the episode where everybody kind of lays out their stuff and okay, it's all on the table. Finally, we can come together, and instead we shattered into smaller groups. That's great.
Isn't that the natural? I thought that was.
I love it.
All right.
Well,
regardless, we're all agreed on destroying the things here.
yeah.
I would also be fine with leaving them to be studied by someone else.
Both
Do we
or
want-
one or the other.
Can we agree that the thing in the pool needs to be burned with fire too?
Yes.
But we didn't leave that here, though.
Yeah. Kind of feel like there's a reason why it's not burned on fire already. Maybe it can't be burned.
True.
It's aquatic, maybe.
That's probably not our call. Right?
Maybe. I think perhaps the body we might want to destroy, because I'm going to be honest, I really shorted out whatever was hooked up there. I don't know how much information they're going to be able to pull from that. I'm like pretty solid when it comes to electronic work and all of that kind of stuff. So if I couldn't get it, not to toot my own horn, I think it might be a little bit difficult for other people to pull info off of.
I feel like if you feel that way about the body, then maybe it's no longer a threat and therefore maybe does not need to be burned or destroyed.
It's still like
But
a
if it's
human
not
corpse,
going
though.
to, if it's not going to do us any good, we should just be done with it.
But how do we know? We haven't analyzed it yet.
We have other
guess-
avenues.
Yeah,
I
we've
guess they could
analyzed the
take
best
her
of our
fingernail-
abilities.
Maybe we can take her fingerprints and leave those for later analysis. I just
How about
I'm
we leave it for analysis and have somebody else take care of it?
okay. As long as we don't take it with us, I feel like that's fine.
Time Bomb, would you like to take a bunch of photos of these so when we leave them, if we need a reference back?
Yes. I will do that.
Okay, so go to
Could
go
I
for T-Spoon?
VCAP? Could I VCAP? What is the lady's name?
Felice
Felice.
Woodson.
Felice
Woodson?
Woodson. I don't know why. I just remembered that I can VCAP things.
Well, we know it's a fake name.
But maybe if you run her prints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing comes up on BICAP. Like you don't get a different identity for her or anything.
Balls.
Because VICAP only basically just covers like people who are in the system, right? Like it's not just random people. Like it's
Violent
people
criminal.
yeah, nothing like that.
And it's local. I think it's national instead of international.
Right, but
Yeah,
she doesn't have a previous record or anything like that.
Okay.
What is your stupid thing, Sarah?
I don't want to keep the statue, but I want to pocket the piece of it.
Okay.
How bad of an idea is that?
Really bad.
Oh.
I guess we'll see.
Don't know until you try.
Okay, do you want me to roll something for it?
No. I think you can just kind of like I honestly think it's a moment where you sort of in the heat of the argument, like you see the piece of it, like, by like the baseboard or whatever, and you just sort of, walk over and I'm gonna tie my shoe and hook it.
Okay, so I don't like automatically go into a trance again when I touch it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know
That's gonna be a fun thing later.
Oh God.
Okay. Do we I think I go and book or do we want to discuss where we're going next? I think we said safe deposit box, right?
In
In
Arkham.
Arkham. I'll go ahead and book us some tickets.
I could probably get us access to an FBI plane.
you're like Delta Green, you fly commercial. Like they don't.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I've got
No.
bureaucracy too. We could try.
I will say that to for if you do end up going to Belize, you will probably have to check in with Miss Green before that, because that's like, you can't. That's a like, that's an expense that you need her to sign off on.
Well, and Arkham is at least East Coast, so we should be able to like pop home quick and handle stuff. It's not, crazy distances.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, in theory, you could. I mean, DC to like Boston. I mean, that's not a great
Not super
drive.
close.
Yeah. Okay. Does that mean then that we want to run some home sequences?
Do I manage to get Mandel alone? How
I don't know,
in each other's pockets are we?
I don't know, Mandel. How?
I feel like I've made myself mostly available.
Well, I was going to say, what if we do a scene where like you're chilling at home and Typo shows up and is like, okay, look, we need to talk here.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, you're techie enough to just find people's addresses and
Right.
shit.
Oh, I know where all of you live.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I know after we met each other the first time, I tracked all of you down.
Oh shit! So you know about serial killer dad. I've been watching too many superhero shows. Sorry, serial killer dad.
Before I just start spouting off at the mouth, Rob, do I have to do any check for how difficult some of them might be able to track down, or is it pretty established that I could probably have just like cloned their phones and started tracking them?
I will basically say, like, I feel like you could, like, let me put it this way. Does anyone else have SIGINT beyond the initial
0%?
0%?
I have it at 20.
Okay.
No
So no one else? Everybody else is at SIGINT 0? Okay. You definitely can figure out where those motherfuckers live.
Okay, cool.
Like,
You guys want to send me that information in a message so I just know that for being a brat? For being a brat
like,
reasons?
like for Mandel, I would want you to make an opposed roll.
Okay.
So
You're totally gonna win.
like it's very likely Mandel is going to win. But if
I've been rolling like trash, at least, Tawny, if that's any consolation. So
I rolled an 82 over my 20.
You're destroyed. I rolled a 68. So
Yeah.
I just barely passed. If it would have been the other way around, Tawny, you would have won. Well, maybe not. I guess I lost less than you did technically.
Okay.
But-
Yeah.
So those are the home scenes there.
okay.
Tugboat and tower, do you want to figure out home scenes? Let me just, so what I want to do is I want to run the scene between Typo and Teaspoon, and that will hopefully give you all enough time to kind of vamp and look at the home section, which starts on page 76, and choose one of those activities to do. I'm actually very excited. Actually, the personal pursuits start on 78. I'm actually very excited about this. I thought we weren't going to have any home scenes at all this season because it's one contiguous storyline. So I'm very excited that you guys are like, okay, let's fly back to DC. We can, debrief Miss Green and also like sleep on our own beds for like a day, and then we hop on the like, the short. Maybe you do get the FBI plane to fly you directly into Arkham. So before we do that, though, I just want to make sure the consensus on what happens to Felice Woodson. Is she left there? Is she studied, or is she destroyed?
I vote destroy.
I vote destroy.
I vote study.
My vote would be left there for higher agents to decide.
You figure it out.
What do you think, Tower?
Destroy.
Okay, so Felice is destroyed without further, or at least that's what they tell you happened.
Or I could roll a die.
Nope, that's fine.
No,
No, Tony, you made an actual choice. I'm excited.
Sometimes making a choice and sometimes not making a choice is a choice.
Okay, thank you, Master Splinter.
Switzerland.
All right. As for the idol, not counting the part that Time Bomb very wisely put in her pocket, are you destroying that? Are you leaving it, or are you asking them to study it?
Destroy.
Leave.
Wait, what are we voting on?
The idol.
Destroy, leave,
Oh,
study.
The idol.
Yeah.
I vote study.
I vote destroy.
I vote leave it.
My vote's still on have someone else decide. So leave it.
Okay. So 2 leaves, 2 destroys, and 1 study.
Mhm.
Okay. So that I think stays there then. Because like the not destroy outweighed the destroys. So you put it in the fridge, curse idol, do not eat, and and head out. Okay. So Dr. Mandel, what are you doing with Jack when you get a very rude visitor?
I think straight up just like vegging out on something stupid on the TV, laying on the couch, cuddling and drinking wine, just like trying to, this is my one day home in like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just.
Well, because you've mostly been working the FBI side, like, and maybe that was the thing was like, okay, I was going to get like a couple days off, but then you got called into the opera and so Jack is sitting there like, you know what? You guys are supposed to go out to your favorite restaurant, and the dining or the coffee table is littered with takeout containers from it because Jack went and brought it all home.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like
5 husband points.
So how many? So if that's 5, what's my total then?
I think that puts you a little over like 537. So
wait, you really track my husband points?
There's a spreadsheet. No, there's not. Come on. Yeah, there is.
I was gonna say, Alice, don't lie to me.
I keep it on the Google Drive for easy access.
So you can log into it at any point. Like, so okay,
it's color coded.
Typo, feel free to break in whenever you want. It's color coded.
Yeah. Purple is like the really good things, and then you've got like the teal things that are like, obviously the negatives are in the reds and the oranges, and
what's a negative?
Knock.
Leaving your socks in the bathroom. I guess I'll get that.
But they love it in the bathroom.
They don't though.
It's their
love it
natural
in the
habitat.
Basket. Jack, they love it in the laundry basket, and
you hear him like scooping up the things as he cleans.
And I open the door and
Dr. Mandel, I'm so glad I caught you at home. Do you have a minute?
Jack, baby, it's one of the neighbors. I'm going to be right back. I need to go help her with a thing. And I step outside and close the door.
I think you hear, like, as the door shuts, oh, did she Did she move into the empty house next door?
Oh, the house next door is empty. Yeah, let's go talk in there.
Yeah, the two of you
I
look
just start
at the
directly across the
at the for sale sign in front of your old neighbor's house.
Trash bed. So many bad memories. Okay. What are you doing at my house?
Come on. And I just start walking directly to the empty house. Jig open the realtor lock and let myself in.
I hesitantly walk into this house. Very hesitantly. And I think I grabbed something on my way in. What would be available as a weapon? Like a rock. I grabbed a rock, a big one, in case there's some other weird serial killer nonsense in this house. Although I don't know if Typo's going to read it that way, but whatever.
She probably just sees that you have a rock in your hand.
Yep.
I sit down on like whatever show furniture they have in the opening living room. And say,
it's all very plastic and IKEA here. Like they definitely they did not leave anything from the previous owner.
I look at the rock and I go, old school. I like it.
You couldn't have texted or instant messaged or like hacked my phone. I don't know, whatever it is that you do, you needed to come into my home today.
Of course I already hacked your phone. How do you think I found you?
That wasn't good enough for communication for you. We couldn't like Zoom. There was no video calling available to you.
I'm going to be honest. I work in computer security. And if you don't think everybody's monitoring your online activity, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Anyway, that being said, I put on like a little hide the EMP type of deal that I set up prior to this conversation to cut
like a white noise generator. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mandel, and like suddenly Typo is way more serious than you have ever seen her. Like she's just been like devil may care this entire time, like flippant, doing all this bullshit. When I joined this team, you seem to be under the impression that this is brand new and we've never seen any of this before. And I'm not saying that I've seen more than you. I had one interaction and you've been doing this for a while, and I'm not minimizing that. But I do want to let you know that I know the seriousness of what we're dealing with. And I know, well, not bullshit, but bullshit when I see it. And I'm not saying that you're wrong for keeping stuff from us from your occult happenings before, because we don't really need to know to do the job, right? I would assume you agree since you didn't tell us. But I also watched you super zoom through Woodson's home. And somehow you managed to catch me when I was flipping over the rail off of the roof. And I have a lot of respect for the FBI mostly, but I just don't think you're being completely honest about what you may be dealing in, or hell, I don't know what you are. Alien, super soldier, secret robot. I don't expect you to tell me necessarily, but is this something that we should be looking out for as your team members?
Do you want to hear every gory detail? Would you like me to talk you through how I watched all 4 of my teammates die in front of my eyes or lose their sanity to the point that, frankly, I don't know where they are anymore? Would you like to learn about the inner workings of the human mind? You had a near-death experience. Do you understand that those things can cause you to misremember facts, to misunderstand the things that you've seen? I could have let you fall. I could have let Tower have his guts ripped out by some thing that we still don't understand the entirety of, and probably never will, because that is how Delta Green works. That is what the agency expects of us. We don't go around telling people's family or friends about their involvements in these things or tipping them off to oddity out of the blue on a Wednesday. We don't overshare because you don't need to know. You don't need to understand the horrors fully to know that they're real. And you don't need to understand how many people I have given my trust and then watched die.
I say that's fair. But I also say when we're putting our lives on the line, we deserve to know what's relevant. And if this happens...
Are you implying that I have held back relevant information?
I'm implying that you're not telling us your full capabilities or how you might be involved in the things that we hunt.
Mrs. Green is fully aware of all of the things she needs to be aware of. And as far as I am concerned, she has informed you of everything you need.
Miss Green doesn't inform us of shit, and you know that.
Clearly, that's for a reason.
I turn off the EMP and stand up. I can see you're getting defensive, and I did come out of the blue, so I can't really blame you for that. But I guess I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see where the cards fall.
I would appreciate if you leave my home life out of the rest of this. If you would like to speak to me, you may message me, and we can set that up.
We'll see.
Cut to
Girl.
Woo!
So fun. I love arguing with Tani via RPGs. It is such a great time.
So who wants to go next with their home tugboat? Let's do your home segment first. Did you figure out which of the choices you wanted to make here?
I would like to fulfill responsibilities.
Okay.
And have dinner with my daughter and father.
Okay. Are you having dinner at home? Are you going to a restaurant?
At home. Basically, my daughter lives at my father's house.
Okay. Why does your daughter live with your father?
Because I'm off doing this shit.
Okay. So is it like a home cooked meal? Is it a quick takeout? What is everybody eating?
Let's go mac and cheese and chicken nugs.
Okay.
Go with the American
Nice.
classic.
How old is your daughter?
Like 10-ish.
Okay.
Would you like to play some tennis?
What does your father do for a living, or is he retired?
Let's say retired.
Okay. Did he do government work at some point? Or did he work in the private sector?
Did not think about it until right now.
I don't necessarily want to obviously go that route right away, but I definitely feel like retired government is like a good fit, because I feel like you work for a weird enough agency that like you probably knew that you had to like dig for it. I will throw this out though, so that I'm not immediately like, no, Brad, your idea is bad and wrong, and you should feel bad. Which of them knows about your involvement with Delta Green? Your daughter or your father?
My father does. I think my daughter knows that I go off to fight supervillains.
Okay.
But not like anything else, which is, yeah.
You fight bad guys. I mean, that's understandable. So there you are, squishing your way through the meal. And your daughter asks you, so how long are you home for, Dad?
This one's probably just gonna be for tonight. We have another incident that came up that we're gonna have to jet off to deal with.
Your daughter, what's your daughter's name?
Yep.
Your daughter Yarp is
Paisley?
Sure.
all right. Your daughter Evelyn, you can tell her posture shifts into that sort of disappointed but trying not to let you show it. And she just nods and goes, yeah, bad guys don't work a 24-hour or a 40-hour week schedule, right?
No. I'd love to be home with you more, but basically we're taking on this responsibility so that other fathers can be home with their daughters.
And your dad is like, hey, listen, tomorrow, how about this? You and me, you teach me how to play this Nintendo thing, and then like, I promise I'll let you win. And Evelyn cracks a smile, like, yeah, okay. You finish the meal. She immediately, cloaks into headphones and electronics. And your dad joins you out on the porch and hands you, opens a beer, hands you one, opens his, you clink. I thought you were going to be done with this stuff.
I was thinking that too originally after what happened to the last team. But turns out there's not as many people qualified for this work, and losing experience basically might not be worth another person's life. The things I learned from the last one will help save more people than if I retire.
What is your non-tugboat name?
It is Kelvin Smurl.
I forgot about that. Oh, that's
It's
so
such
good.
a nerdy name.
Kelly, I worked in the State Department for 30 years. And at some point, you got to realize it is time for someone else to take up the flag. And I know you're helping people, and I get that. I mean, I did that. I did years and years of service, and I'm proud of you for the years that you've given to other people. But Evie ain't getting any younger. Like, you're going to turn around and she's going to be in high school, and you're going to turn around again and she's going to be going off to college.
But isn't that why I do this? To make sure she has the ability to do that?
I don't know why you do this.
My worry is that if there isn't someone out in the field that knows what's going on, that there's a chance she wouldn't make it any further. I'm here to make sure that she has the better life, with or without me.
God damn. I wish you knew how much you sounded like me 20 years ago. That's the same thing I told your mom, too.
That's why I went into biowarfare to begin with, to try to stop what I thought would be the deadliest thing affecting our country, the world. When you discover there's something worse out there.
Oh. Here's hoping whatever you lose is worth losing. Tink. All right, go ahead and roll a sanity test.
I got a 98.
Oh, that's the second 98 tonight.
I feel
Okay, you
bro.
do
I feel
not do not improve the bond.
Your
No.
daughter's name. It's no surprise.
Time bomb or tower? Who wants to go next?
I'll do therapy.
Okay. So when you go to therapy, you have to choose how open you are being.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell the truth, there are risks.
Namely, inpatient.
Yeah.
We don't think that there are specific like Delta Green therapists. Like, I feel like that would need to be a thing.
Well, I think we kind of started setting up a storyline like that, and I think we have to start over a little bit here.
Happens
Yeah,
when we
because
die.
Tanko died.
Yeah.
Right.
That hit harder than anybody.
So, well, I guess that's the first question. How open are you being here with the therapist? Are you telling the truth, or are you holding stuff back?
I think that I'm holding stuff back to an extent. I think that being a CIA agent, he's really perfected telling the truth without actually saying anything of real note.
So maybe this therapist is actually one that you've been with, like since during your CIA days.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about here?
Well, as you know, my brother-in-law was killed. Haven't made a ton of progress with that, but I did meet up with his old work buddies, and they needed some help. So been doing a little work with them, getting to know them, getting to know kind of what guy he was. It's been hard. So didn't realize he did such difficult work. And I thought my work was difficult.
It is, she says. What can you tell me about your new work friends?
Well, they seem to be quite a skilled group of people. They all work for the government. As you know, he was an astronaut, so not really surprised there. But one of them is an FBI agent. She's real feisty, sometimes a little too much. but she really seems to know what the hell she's doing. I do trust her. However, there's a couple of newer guys that came in. One's a forensics, I believe. One's works with computers. That's way over my head, so I don't even bother. The other was also in the military, so been able to bond a little bit there. But yeah, I would say the FBI agent. That's the one I know the most.
So why are you telling me about this FBI agent? What?
She's the only one who knew him. She's the only one who seems to have a handle on what's going on. She also seems a little strange herself. I'm trying to be a good little soldier and not look too much into it, but it's hard when you notice something's off. And I don't know, I've seen some things, both, as you know, with my previous line of work and now, that's just kind of hard to deal with. And it's unfortunate because it feels like this group is the only group that understands it, yet I can't really talk to them about it.
Go ahead and make a luck roll.
Okay. Let's see. Where's my luck? Do we have luck? Is that a
it's just a 50. It's just a 50-50.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Flip that coin.
I got a 13.
Okay. Roll a D4 and add it to your sanity.
Got a 4.
So how do you
Nope.
get from therapy? Do you take the metro? Do you have a car?
We're in DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I take some sort of train.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
take the metro, and we cut to you like, you know, sitting down, like putting your headphones in. A shadow crosses past you and sits down next to you, and the camera pulls back to reveal Miss Green. Tower, she says, before you get into your what do you like to listen to? What's your playlist?
In music?
That's usually how these things work, isn't it?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't listen to anything after 1989.
There's some good stuff, though.
Yeah, there was a couple things.
You're missing out on New Jack Swing. You're missing out on I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt.
Yeah, but how can you beat, Black Sabbath, and how can you beat Charles Mingus?
With the bus.
Well, I need to ask you another favor. And we cut to Time Bomb. What are you doing?
I, of course, am sitting at home playing with the part of the idol that I have.
Okay.
So I figure studying the unnatural.
Okay.
Because I don't know when to let well enough alone.
Jesus
I'm
H.
so
Tap dancing Christ.
surprised. This is a shock. How am I going to get over
Could this also be establishing a new bond?
Sarah writes in precious.
Precious.
Go ahead and so what bond are you damaging here? Because you have to damage a bond when you do this.
With the wedding planner, I think I end up like calling in sick on a wedding Because I'm
Okay.
sure this is like a Saturday night, and I'm like, sorry, can't do it.
Okay.
Ooh.
I have to send my assistant or something.
Well, so I think let's go all in, and like you're just sitting there in your apartment
Mhm.
in the dark
Yep.
with the chunk of the idol on the table, like on your coffee table.
Yep.
And you're just like, and I think you're like, come on, I want to go. I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back.
Come on.
And you touch it and nothing happens. And you're like, okay, I want to go back. 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 You touch it. Nothing happens. There is a rapid series of rings at your doorbell. Like it's like bing bong. There's like a couple of seconds, and then binga binga binga. Nothing.
Want to go back.
Rrr.
Want to go back. Like while it's all like ringing, whatever, I think I go to the kitchen, go into like the junk drawer and grab like just like a box cutter, and just like go back over to the couch or whatever, and just like slice the tip of my finger just a little bit and touch my blood to the idol part to see if that helps.
She's feeding it.
Yum, 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 yum.
What the fuck, Sarah?
You feel like as soon as you cut your finger open,
Mm-hmm.
and you squeeze the blood out, the droplet floats and lazily tumbles toward the idol, hitting the side of it with a languid, and you watch in a mixture of horror and glee as the idol regrows itself from the piece that you took until it is restored once again.
Sarah J. Babe.
Oh no, what have I
Ready.
done?
This is a
For
hold
your
on.
use.
Sarah.
Oh no.
And that is where we end our session here tonight of Delta Green.
Oh, I fucked up. I
Thank
fucked up
you
bad.
all for
Fine.
listening and watching, and we will see you next week for our next episode of A Resection in Time.
Oh, I fucked
Just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax.
No.
Oh, not
Oh, I
good. This is
really
not
fucked up.
good. This is
Oh, I
like the
really
worst
fucked
possible
up.
outcome that we
Oh,
could
I'm so
possibly
sorry.
Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.